Welcome back to the show. All right, so in case you didn't know, Monday is International Day of Happiness, which has been celebrated by over 160 countries since 2013. But what happens if you just aren't feeling it this year?
Here with everything that you need to know about how to cultivate the feelings of sweet, sweet happiness in our own lives is the perfect person, and you look amazing, nice and green here for St. Paddy's Day. Happiness researcher Gillian Mandich, everybody. Look how happy she is.
Happy to be here. Okay, listen, we said this off the top, Monday, International Day of Happiness. Can you take us back to why this day was created in the first place?
Yeah, so the United Nations actually started this day to work towards global happiness and well-being. So the day is to really celebrate and encourage inclusion, diversity, and to highlight the importance of happiness, whether it be in government, whether it be in organizations, or in individuals all around the world.
Love it.
I love that. You seem like a very happy, lovely person. But I think are you happy all the time? Like, is that actually a thing? You know, does trying to be happy 24/7 set us up to fail, or is that a realistic goal?
Yeah, so in terms of healthy psychological functioning, the research is very clear that it is impossible to be happy all the time.
Okay, good, thank you.
So I get asked that a lot. I am not happy all the time, and I also don't wish to be, and I don't wish for you to be, or you to be, or family or friends, or any of you in the audience, because in terms of the sort of full and complete picture of being a human, feeling all sorts of emotions is important. Yeah. And so when we think about, you know, those times when we're not feeling happy, knowing that, hey, we don't have to be happy all the time, it gives us grace and self-compassion to allow us to be humans who feel other things other than happiness.
Okay, I love that you said that. Okay, so it's not easy for everybody to wake up in a great mood. So what are some of the common obstacles to happiness, and how do we try to overcome those?
Yeah, you know, so often if we're not happy right now, we think I will be happy when fill in the blank,
yes,
right?
Yep.
When I get married, when I get divorced, when I win the lottery, whatever it is. And the reality is, like, happiness is not a destination, right? We don't arrive at happiness one day and then we're good. It's a practice and it's a habit that's built over time. And when we think about what constitutes a happy life, it's not those big shiny moments that we sometimes think about. It's really about looking for areas of opportunity throughout our day to create small bursts of happiness. Because, well, I mean small in terms of like time, the impact is not small. And when the cumulative effect of all of them is really what adds up to a happy life.
Mm-hmm. Is there any research that shows us, like, if there's a link actually between what makes us happy and what brings real happiness, real, genuine happiness?
Yeah, there is. And what's really interesting is that there is often a gap between what we think makes us happy and what actually makes us happy. So some common things that we sometimes might tell ourselves is, you know, I'll be happy when I land my dream job.
Yeah.
And the reality is, one, we're evolving creatures as humans. If we think of what our dream job was when we were 20 and what it is when we're 40 and maybe when we're 80, it's changing.
Yes, yeah.
And then the other thing is, if we create this idea in our mind of a dream job and we start comparing our reality now to this artificially constructed construct, then it can start to make us feel worse or not happy with what we actually have right now. And another big one is, you know, people sometimes think that I'll be happy when they put a ring on it and we live happily ever after, right?
Oh, yes.
And what we see from research is that after sort of the wedding and all of that has died down, married couples tend to go back to their happiness level before their engagement. So it's not the case that marriage equals a happy life. What it is that a happy marriage equals a happy life. And so if we're not feeling happy and we get married, chances are that's not going to be our golden ticket to happiness.
I think you need to put that on a T-shirt and then sell it.
Right?
I think there's a lot of couples that could be saved a lot of heartache with that one. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that we all know over the last several years, and if you're counting, that would be the last 3 years of our lives in this pandemic, it's been really hard to find happiness for a lot of people. It's been really, really tough. And I know we throw around the word resilience. You know, we're going to get stronger because of this. And maybe that's so for some people, but not for everybody. So listen, life has thrown us a 3-year curveball. How do we find happiness in the midst of what has been, for many, a devastating time?
Yeah, you know, it's so true. And one of the things to know about happiness is that a happy life doesn't mean that hard or difficult things don't happen. It's how we respond to them. And when we think about these curveballs, when they initially hit, usually what we see is that our emotions spike, our anxiety or something like that. And so one of the things we can do in that moment when we feel that sort of coming up is to actually label our emotions, to identify how we are feeling. It sounds really simple, and yet the impact can be quite profound. We call it emotional labeling. And what it does is it starts to maybe interrupt our thought pattern if we're spiraling. It can also actually decrease our physiological response because when we label how we're feeling, it almost like helps to loosen the grip of that emotion on us. And then when we do that, because we sort of start to reduce how we're feeling a little bit, we can start to think about different things and how we want to navigate it going forward.
Okay, so we've talked about the hows, and since I have you here, can you help us all? And we talked about the whys. How about the hows? Like, how do I become happier, not on International Day of Happiness, but every single day? And how do I cultivate that in my day-to-day? Tell me the secrets, please.
There's no secret to happiness, but there's a science to it. And when we look to the research, some of the things that we can do is, one, understand, like I talked about, that happiness is not a destination. It's a practice. It's a habit. It's a byproduct of our behaviors. And so one of the things that we can do is stopping to smell the roses, which in scientific literature, we call it savoring. And this is one of those things, I love it because we can start to appreciate the good things that we have in our life. So those small moments, right? Like a quiet morning with a coffee, or even just sometimes like feeling the sun on your face. What savoring means is pausing and sort of increasing our attention, our awareness to it, so it can increase our positive feelings. And that can have a really significant impact on our happiness.
You know what I do? I do that. So when I take my dog for a walk in the morning, we have an open field near our place, and I'll stand, and when I can find that one little sliver of sun, I put it on my face, and I breathe deeply, and then I say, today's going to be a great day.
Oh, I love that.
And even if it doesn't end up being a great day, feels good in the moment, but I do feel like I'm putting an intention out there.
You are manifesting that good day. This is honestly better than my antidepressants. This is great. I need to hang out with you more.
How you brought up your dog?
Yes.
Well, I have a surprise for all of you. Another thing that can really boost our happiness is pets and animals. And I brought my little guy here today.
Who is this, Gillian? Who is this?
Jocko. He's walking out with
Jocko? Can we just talk about Jocko's great fashion, Gillian?
I know. He's wearing his Canada Pooch neon green for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, Jocko! Jocko!
Licking mom's leg.
He's licking my hand cream.
Come here,
Go say
Jocko.
hi.
Let's show the world your beautiful face. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, Jocko. Look, don't we just feel better instantly?
Look.
We really do. Look at him.
Research shows that even petting an animal can increase neurotransmitters that are associated with happiness, like serotonin, dopamine. And there was actually a study done on Wall Street with investment bankers. And what they found was that investment bankers that adopted a dog or a cat saw a decrease in their blood pressure more than when they were taking their medication.
Wow.
So there is a lot of therapeutic benefits to petting a dog. And if you don't have access to a dog, then even watching cute videos and pictures and seeing that can help to give us a jolt of joy.
Oh my gosh, go volunteer at your local shelter to take dogs for a walk. Well, listen, this has just been, look, can I tell you something? Jocko just caught himself on screen, and he likes what he's doing.
Oh!
Look at him, look at him, look at him, he's so cute! This has brought us a lot of joy and happiness, Gillian. Thank you. Jocko, good job, buddy. All right, don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Good buddy.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.